Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live. Currently, today is Thursday, August 5th, 2021, and we are again in the final hour of the trading day. As I mention each day, the final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions. And I say this simply because during the day, you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are the ones in control of the price. I don't consider that price as valid as the end of day price. The end of day price is moved at the end of the day by the large financial institutions. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology. And so I consider them the smartest money on the street. I consider the closing prices, just simply put, the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from. And I think by doing so, it offers you a long-term edge in your trading. At least I have found that to be true in my own trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spending your time here. I hope that by doing so, it is helping you with your investing and your trading. So let's take a look, see what's going on. Currently, the Dow is up 198 points, up 0.57%. NASDAQ having a nice day, up 98 points, up 0.67%. And the S&P is up 17.55, up 0.4%. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I don't have any day trades to share with you today. So we'll just go directly over to your particular trades, my students' trades that are up on the board. We're going to take a look at each one, take a look where they entered, probably why they entered, and we'll see if they're up or down. It'll be fun, right? After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important skill in trading is not learning how to enter and exit. It is developing a plan of knowing where to enter and exit is important. I'm not taking anything away from that, but what's more important than that is being able to follow your plan, and that all comes back to trader psychology. So I like to spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's wonderful scanner, and I do have some end-of-day candidates. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio. This is very, very important. I need to be able to make at least 2 times or more compared to what I am risking based upon solid support below me and solid and likely resistance above me. Of course, we don't know how far it's going to go, but we have to make our best guesstimates of where we're going to run into resistance at the next level. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan. A complete trading plan for me includes adjusting position size for volatility, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is on any one trade, knowing where my emergency stop is, knowing where my end of day stop is, knowing where my my intraday profit targets are, and also knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are, and then always having a good trailing stop methodology in place so that I do not give back all of my profits if I have a trade that starts going my way. So with those requirements, I am going to, I do have some candidates. I'll go through the end of the day. We'll take a look. I'll try to narrow it down to the very best one at the end of the day. And if I find one that meets all those criteria, I'll purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. Happy to answer. If you need any clarification, let me know. Happy to answer and clarify. If you have any stock symbols you would like me to take a peek at today, I'm happy to do that for you. Just go ahead, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, as always, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait until the close of the market so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all taken care of, okay? Okay, so that's the plan. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will see you back here in 40 seconds. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie smoky, here we go. Let's take a look and see who is here today. All right, first on board is Kamal. Hey Kamal, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. And as always, appreciate your friendship. Steve Burns is here. Steve, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Hope you, Holly, and the pups are all doing well. Steve says job report tomorrow will be interesting. Yes, it will. The jobs reports comes out tomorrow. I'm sure that will affect the market one way or another. David is here. Hi, Greg and group. Good to see you, Dave. Hope you're doing well and family's doing well. Also, Michael Wilkinson, aka Love, is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Michael. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening in Ireland. Frank is here. Frank, thank you as always for everything that you do for this channel, my friend. Hope you are having a good day. Dan gives us a peace sign. Thank you, Dan. Love that peace sign. I get used to it every day. Right back at you. My friend Ava is here. Greetings, everyone. Nice to see you, Ava. Looking forward to our lesson this evening. All right, well, let's get started. Let's take a look. Great day, by the way. Just everything's been fantastic. I mean, you know, it's a beautiful green day. Let's all be thankful when we have those. We know we don't have them every day. So when we have them, and today's a big one. Today's a big one. All right, so we have Kamal, Jonathan, Steve, the dynamic duo, myself, and Gary in Airbnb. Kamal and Jonathan bought this with a deep dip buy, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Bought it at 131.90. It's 150.01. It's up 1.79% just today. So Kamal and Jonathan on this particular trade are up 12.19%. Now, Steve, the dynamic duo, Gary, and myself, we are also in Airbnb. We entered with a different signal when the 520 with the 520 crossover at 144.12. Again, it's 150.03. It's up 1.78%, and the crossover people are up 3.93%. So orange line here, this is my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. We did hit it today, so now I go into trailing stop level, which is always a nice feeling. So great trade, Kamal, Jonathan, Steve, the dynamic duo, Gary, and myself, and this is a really good trade. Next, ARK. All right, myself, I bought a half position. Steve, David, Frank, dynamic duo, and Gary. We did buy ARK yesterday with the 520 crossover, V2, close above 200-day moving average, trigger of the fractal, all sorts of indicators and combination and confluence of signals that happened yesterday. We bought at 123.32. Steve got in at 122.71, got a little better price. Did hit one profit target today, took some off the board at 124.99. Up 1.57% on the trade and up 1.57% about on the day. Another trade, coin. I bought a half position. Steve bought at 241.12, dynamic duo, and also Jonathan. We bought coin yesterday, COIN, with the 520 crossover. Nice in the value zone. That's right where I like to take them. Bought at 245.09. It's currently 254.75. It's up 4.25% on the day, 4.25% on the trade. and did hit 2 profit targets, one at 249.64 and one at 254.92. So congratulations to all of us. Fast. Steve, me, Frank bought Fastly with the 520 crossover here at 109.05. It's currently 110.88. It's up 2.53% on the day. One profit target at 110.87. This particular trade up 2.49 on the day, and about 1.89% on the trade. Pager duty. Myself, half position, and the dynamic duo. Nice entry here, and thanks to Paxton and Tracy for pointing this out. This was my favorite trade of the day. Bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover, rejection of the 200-day moving average, trigger of a fractal, bought at 41.96. It's 43.30. It's up 2.17% today, and this particular trade is up 3.16. SPY, of course I do buy the SPY every day at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk. It's called the overnight SPY trade. If you're interested in the particulars of this, you can go to my YouTube channel. There is a playlist of lessons, and I do have a video just for this that explains why I do this, what the numbers are, but nonetheless, I do buy the SPY every day at the close, sell it at the open. Yesterday, bought it at the open, bought it at the close at 438.98. Sold it for a nice overnight gapper, 440.22. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff today. Michael says, getting forced out of 2 good positions due to upcoming earnings. Is it justifiable reason to buy 2 positions rather than the usual one? Is this a justified reason to buy 2? Yeah, I think so. I think so, Michael. I think that's a really good point. I wouldn't buy them if they were correlated. You know, if they were very closely correlated, I wouldn't buy them. But if you're buying, I don't know, you're buying tech and you're buying steel or something, yeah, it makes sense to me, Mike, for sure. Miko is here. Hello, Greg and all. Good to see you, Miko. Steve says, Greg, can you measure the RSI level on the Etsy bounce at intraday? I bet it was around 32 RSI. All right. ETSY. All right, and so what I'm doing is I'm measuring what the low of the RSI was for Steve at the low of the day, and it looks like 40.50 is what I have, Steve. 40.50 is the low RSI of the day. Now it's 46.05. Looking at that, I would have thought it would have been lower as well. David says, I had 2 very good day trades today on the 5-minute charts in Roku and Etsy. Excellent, David. Proud of you. Steve says, big Fiverr gap down under the 30 RSI today. FVRR. Oy vey. Look at that, everyone. That's not so hot tamale for sure. Another example of why I do not hold through earnings. Steve said it was 40.52 RSI. David said for Etsy. Did I look at the wrong symbol? Now I'm unsure. No, I didn't. Low 40s. Steve says Fiverr is even under the 3rd ATR channel. Yep, we looked at that. Johan is here. Good to see you, Johan. Hello, everyone. Late to the party. Better late than never. Waterbender is here as well. Good to see you, Waterbender. Johnson said Fiverr was down 25%. Steve says, well, that was not that great. Thanks. You are welcome. Waterbender said I had a great trade. Frank says I bought IPO of Weber Grill for a quick trade. In at 1534, out at 1675. Nice. What's the symbol on that, Frank? All right. Should we head on over? Take a look at everyone's trades? Let's do it. David bought Apple at 145.75 and is currently 147.03, up 0.5% today. This trade up 0.85%. So nice way to go, David. Amazon. Steve bought Amazon with a bounce near the 30 RSI. He bought it at 33.2829. It's 33.7513. It's up 0.61% today. And this particular trade up 1.39. Very nice, Stephen. Spotify. Michael Martin bought Spotify at 226.35. It is currently 220.21. It's up 1.28% today, but it is down on the trade. BRKB, Ava bought 1/2 position of BRKB with the bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover. Ava and I discussed this. It's really sold off at resistance, held support, bought this at 280.90. It's currently 278.75, down 0.11, and it is down on the trade, unfortunately. Shopify. Kamal bought Shopify at 1512.50. It's 1545.54. It's down 0.64% today. However, the trade is up 2.15%. So nicely, nice going there, Kamal. Caterpillar, I believe this is Ava. Ava bought Caterpillar at 205.30. It's currently 207.24. It's up 1.33% today. And it is up 0.92% on the trade. KMI down a little bit today. Frank bought KMI at 1747, 1703. It's down 0.7% today. And this one is also down on the trade. Apps having a really nice day for Michael Martin and Ava. They bought this with a higher low V2 at 63.10. It's 65.64. It's up 3.68% just today, and it's up about 3.96% on the trade. And then I think we have, we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA, beautiful trade here. Higher low V2 return, higher low V2 for Michael Martin at 195. We're at 205.96. It's up 1.57% just today. And this trade for Michael up 5.27%. Way to go. Alibaba, Jonathan bought Alibaba yesterday with a higher low V2 at 260 cents. It's 198.62. It is down 1.04% today. And that is also down on the trade. And then OKTA, the dynamic duo, and Ava. Oh, Ava, I didn't see this one. Congratulations. Bought this with a return to value V2, rejection of the 200-day moving average, and it looks like 520 crossover at 247.50. It's 253.10. It's up 2.31%, and it is up 2.2% on the trade. So way to go, everyone. That's all looking really, really good. Anya is here. Nice to see you, Anya. Hope you are having a good day. Waterbender says, I bought ZY in the after hours. Frank says, Weber. WEBR. Oh, yeah. I can't pull that one up probably because it's an IPO, Frank. But congratulations on the nice trade. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Good to see you. Joni. Nice to see you. Says, this is my first day with you. Any ideas for bearish option plays on AMD? Well, I don't get that. I don't get that question asked a lot. So this is how I would look at this, Joni. I mean, we've had a huge move up. MACD has supported that. Yes, we're having a dip down today. We're still holding the 70 RSI. I do not like to go short or buy puts when we have higher highs, because what happens is people that missed out on this run, they are going to be interested in buying a dip. Usually that first dip is bought. I would much rather have it come down, let the buyers buy the dip, attempt to rally, and then fail with a lower high, But, if you're hell-bent on buying puts on this or shorting this, just make sure you're going to have a defined risk with the puts. Just make sure you have a stop if you have this, if you just short the trade. But I love to short. I really do. But what I have learned over the last 25 years about shorting is I do not short higher highs. I would have this come down, let the buyers pick it back up, have it attempt to make a new high and fail, and that's when you can get the most downward move. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm sitting here. I have my lucky baseball cap on, and I'm in rally mode. It's been a great day. I did make a yearly high today, which I am grateful for. And we'll take a look. I will show you. I don't usually show pictures of myself, but let's do it. Here we go. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? So this is me. I sit by this couch. I have my little microphone, have the little cheetah up here, up there. But I don't think I've ever gone on camera during the podcast. But here I am. This is what I look like. This is what I do. So if you need a picture, there's a picture. But I do have my lucky baseball cap on. It has worked well today. And that's it. So anyway, I wish I could see all of you as well. But I guess we'll get back to stock trading. So, all right, I'll turn this off. Nice seeing everyone. All right. Bum, bum, bum. Ava says BRKB for the last day. It's been buying. I've been buying every dip and selling into resistance. This brought my costs average down significantly. Thankfully, good. Yeah, that's what we talked about, Ava. Yeah, I mean it's been very, very choppy. So she's been selling into support, selling into resistance, buying support, and it is changing her basis to a lower price. So I'm glad to see that. Excuse me. Waterbender says, be careful catching falling knives like ZY. Keep small stop losses and take them. I could not agree more. Now I'm curious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be very, very careful with that. Steve says, BLNK has a 520 crossover. Let me put that on the list, Steve. Where's my list? BLNK. Let's take a look. We'll put it on the list. Boy, that list is getting biggie. BLNK. Yep, 520 crossover. It definitely has. It's up 4% today. We'll definitely put that one on as a possibility, and I put it on the list. David says CRM has a 520. Ooh, yeah, it does. A little bit too big of a bar for me. A little biggies for me here. I was not able to get above the previous day's high. This is very bullish, in the future. But in a short-term perspective, as far as trading goes, this looks a little extended to me. Gary says, nice touch, Greg. Thank you. Kamal says, that was a surprise on the podcast. Waterbender says, you look comfortable, Greg. Well, I've been doing this for a while. Steve says, Blink has the third highest short interest in the stock market and a 520 back test well with the 1 to 3 risk to reward. Yeah, I mean, look, if it has a high short interest, there's a lot of people that are short. How do they get out of the trade? They have to buy. So that's some built-in buying pressure there. Dan says, Sensei, Greg, it's awesome. ATEX says, you have to show us your view of the mountains as well. Yeah, and I hope you got that document that I sent you, ATEX. Steve says, CRM 520 crossover back to us with a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Yep. All right. George is here. Good to see you, George. Uber, RSI, under 30, over 30, yesterday above 30. V1, too deep. I think it's okay. I mean, it is an under 30, over 30. It's a V1 as well. When I look at these, I talked to Ava about the emotional feeling when I look at a chart. Like, the second I looked at this, my first thought was big bar, chasey. I wish we were closer to this previous low here. There's not a double bottom with the bullish divergence. It is a good risk to reward ratio. There was a lot of volume. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly bounced right at the 100 EMA. But I think Dash, if you want to get in that space, I think Dash had a better, no, not Dash, Lyft, sorry. I like lift better because it has a better risk to reward ratio. It's a false breakout to the downside. This is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Everyone, look at the bottom here with the deep red MACD bars. See the rally into the green MACD bars. Now, obviously, we're lower. We went lower than this previous low. MACD is not as deep, indicating that there's a drying up of selling. So there is a double bottom with the bullish divergence and a very, very good risk to reward ratio. I like lift much, much better. As a matter of fact, I think do I have that on my list? Yeah, I have that on my list. I'm going to move that over here because that's a little better. Okay. All right. All right, what's happening over here? That's what's happening. Oh, that's good. And is that good also? Wow. Wowzers, that's really good. So yeah, that's my thought on Uber. I like Lyft better. Steve says, I like that plan ATEX. Yeah, I will definitely. They're beautiful, but I'm stuck under this table and everything's connected and blah, blah. Jonathan says, Netflix 520, 1050 EMA cross. Yes, that's one of my favorite ones, Jonathan. And we'll be looking at that in a second. Let me grab a quick little drinky. Okay. Today's poem. I love Frank's poems. I really do. I love them. They're world class. We have a lot of world class people in this podcast, and I'm serious. Kamal with coding, Steve with trading, Frank with his writing and his poems. I mean, my gosh. Feel very lucky to have this group, everyone. Okay, here's today's poem. We don't trade with the money we need. No, we don't trade with the money we need. That is for living, nurture, and feed. But we do trade the money set aside to succeed with a plan, a system, and rules that make up our creed. Oh, come on. Come on, Frank. How do you do this? Seriously, how do you do this? This is like the best ever. We don't trade with the money we need. That is for living, nurture, and feed. But we do trade the money set aside to succeed with a plan, a system, and the rules that make up our creed. Oh, come on, everybody. That's a mic drop. That is, so good, Frank. Holy smokes. One day I'm just going to pass out because these poems are so good. And then what are you going to do? Well, I guess you guys know how to trade. You don't need me, right? But seriously, wow. So great. So freaking great. In Utah, we say freaking. We don't say the F word, but we say freaking. Wow. Holy hamburgers, everyone. Okay. All right. So listen, before we start taking a look at our end of day trades, before we start looking for our confluence combination of indicators lying on multiple time frames, before we start looking for the good risk to reward ratio, always keeping in mind we have the complete trading plan. Before we get to that, I want to talk about trader psychology, most important skill you can develop in trading. It really is, everybody. It really is. Are you feeling me? Are you feeling my energy, my sincerity? It is. It's the most important. You have to follow your stuff. I almost swore there. But I have my favorite Facebook and Twitter channels, and you know who they are. I have a handful of them, one of my favorites. But one of my very favorites here is Money Trade Edge, Better Thinking, Better Trading over on Twitter. He has a great channel. He posts really great, quick, succinct sentences and really gets into the nuances of trading psychology and how important it is to your long-term success. So please subscribe to him, Money Trade Edge, Better Thinking, Better Trading. And like I said, short and sweet, to the point. You don't become a top 5 trader by doing what the 95% do. Let me read it again. You do not become a top 5 trader by doing what the 95% do. It's the same in trading. It's the same in life. If you want to succeed at something, you have to do things that the other people won't do to succeed. You think Michael Jordan just like loafed on in and shot a few free throws like once a day? Of course not. In order to be good at anything, in any skill, athletics, trading, relationships, you have to put work into them. You have to do the things that other people don't want to do. Here we're talking about trading. So when he says you don't become a top 5 trader by doing what the 95% do, I have a thought. 80 to 90% of people that trade lose money. That's the dirty little secret in this industry. Are you aware of that? Let's just say it's 85% of people lose money. Where's that 85% going? It's going to the 15% of the people that make money. Does that make sense? If 85% of people lose money, that money is going somewhere. It's going to the 85, or it's going to the 15%. Or here, if you 95% of money are giving all their money to the 5%. It's sad, but it's true. So what are the 5% people doing that the 95% are not doing? I will tell you exactly. The 5% of people are position sizing. They're very well aware of risk. They get out of their, they identify strong support levels. That's where they enter their trades. If they are wrong, they get out of their trades quickly. They don't let their ego get involved with them holding on to a trade. If they, alternatively, if they have a winning trade, they have the guts to hold on to it. Look at Steve Burns. Steve can hold on to a trade as far as that thing will go. Same with Kamal. And I really look up to them for that superpower, right? I really, really do. But be the 5%. Be the ones that position size. Be the ones that identify strong support. Be the ones that just simply follow your plan. Every time I speak to a prospective student or someone, talks to me about trading and they have a bad loss, I already know what happened. I don't even have to know. I just know they had too large of a position size. They did not adhere to their stops. It went down. They didn't think it could go down any further and they just held on to it and now they're married to it. So if you want to be successful at this game, it is not easy, folks. It is not easy. You have to sacrifice things in your life. You have to exercise, in my opinion. You have to do a lot of self-reflection. You have to be very persnickety with your rules. You have to be very patient with your winners. You have to be very impatient with your losers. That's what it takes. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be fun. It's meant to be boring. And it's hard work, and you're always battling your inner demons of making money and losing money. But if it's more important to you to be successful and make a living at this, then you have to do what the 5% of traders are doing, which is adhering to your stops, right? Letting the profits run, identifying support resistance level, and mainly getting out of your own way by getting rid of your freaking ego and by following your process. So anyway, you can probably hear the emotion in my voice. I talk about trading all day long, every day. I deal with a lot of new traders that argue with me about this kind of stuff. And, I've done this for so long. I know what it takes. And I want you to be one of the top 5. So, we're still early in August. Can we make a plan to follow your process regardless, win, lose, draw? It doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you are following your process. So anyway, thank you, Money Trade Edge. I felt like I was preaching from my sermon there. I will step down from my soapbox, but I care about all of you. I want you to be successful traders. I really do. I don't want you to have to work at Walmart or some horrible job that you hate. I want you to do what you love. And I think most of you love trading because you are here. So thanks, Money Trade Edge. It was helpful for me as always, and I hope it was helpful for you. Oh, we have a sports break. Oh, thank goodness. What's happening here? All right. right. That's happening. That's happening. All right. Sports break. On March 2nd, 1962, Wilt Chamberlain set the NBA single game scoring record by getting 100 points from for the Philadelphia Warriors in 169-147 victory over the New York Knicks. I know all about that. I'm a big Wilt Chamberlain fan. Do you guys know Wilt Chamberlain had the highest vertical jump of anyone in NBA history? Highest vertical jump, and he was 7 feet something. It's a little unfair, right? Thank you for that, Steve. George says, and what about Trip? Higher V2 cross 200 in the value zone, maybe too high? Well, I mean, right now it is under the 200-day moving average. It has moved a long ways from the bottom to get to that 200. I mean, it's too high right now. I mean, it would have to close above the 200-day moving average for me to get interested in this because it already rejected it. That's a bit of a bad sign. But if it closed above the 200, you'd at least have a good risk to reward. Frank is the market wizard of trading poems. No doubt about that. Michael says, love it, Frank. A+, Frank. Lilia says, hi, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Lilia. Waterbender said there's also a percent that breaks even. That is true. That is true. Frank says, thank you, Greg, Kamal, Dan, Miko, Jonathan, Michael, and Steve. Frank says, fun fact, the Empire State Building was the world's tallest building from 1931 to 1972. It has 6,514 windows. Oh, man, can you imagine cleaning those? And 1.872 steps. Fantastic. Good to know. Thanks, Frank. Johan says, fantastic as always, Frank. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, it's beyond good. It's beyond good, everyone. It's beyond good. All right, let me take a quick look at my stuff. All right, let's do a quick little run through before we start looking at new stuff. Airbnb, just great. Up to trailing stop point now. Love that. No issues there. ARKK, great. No issues there. Coin, good. No issues there. Fastly, champion of champions. Love it. No problems there. PagerDuty up. Very nice. Had the overnight SPY trade. Now, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. A couple of them are half positions. So I need to factor that into my decision making at the end of the day, right? I mean, yeah, everything's going good. It's all green, all wonderful. But remember, think about your psychology. Make some good decisions. And we've had a great rally. Do we want to just keep adding and adding and adding? That's why I like to take 1 trade a day, maybe 2 if they're halfies, right? If they're halvies, then I'll take them. But I don't want to load up with, 1, 2, 4 positions just because things are going good today because we don't know. And as Steve mentioned, we have jobs report tomorrow. Okay, here we go. We have a lot of stuff to look at today. Let me get back to my position pages here. All right, let's start with Etsy. Etsy earlier was interesting with when it was above the 200-day moving average. It has rejected the 50 RSI. I don't really like that, so I'm definitely taking Netflix off the board. Etsy, sorry. Come on, Greg. Netflix. I like Netflix a lot. I'll tell you right now, I think it's my favorite one. We have a fractal here. We went under 50, over 50, increased volume. I do like it. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly is above the halfway of that down move, but it is a good risk. It's a little chasey. I'll give you that. It is a little chasey here, but we moved above all the moving averages. I like the increased volume. very likely, if I like something else, I'll take a half position in Netflix and a half position in something else. But Netflix, for sure, I like. BKNG. This does back test well with the close under the 200 and close over the 200. Pretty good risk to reward ratio. We're holding at the 50 RSI. Let's look over at the weekly V1 on the week, which is nice. So that does back test. Good risk to reward ratio. The 50 overhead is a little concerning, but it hasn't rejected it. So that one is definitely a consideration today as well. IRM, wow. So this has been going up all day long. I think Ava or Lilia pointed this one out to me earlier in the day. False breakout to the downside. Beautiful V1 above all the moving averages, under 50, over 50, all sorts of good stuff. Tons of volume. This was one of those things where originally everyone didn't like the earnings. Maybe the guidance, forward guidance was good. I don't like the risk to reward ratio at this point because we're here. Halfway, the washout bar is here. That's a pretty substantial distance. Can I get 2 times this distance to the upside? Maybe, but probably more like within here. So with that being said, I'm going to just not think too much about that and just take it off the board. TTCF, this is from Kamal. Earlier we had a close, we were over the 200-day moving average. Now it seems to have lost it. Also has a 520 crossover. Let's peek at the weekly. Have that 50-week moving average above. So with that being said, I'm going to take that one off. CNC, kind of interesting. This has bounced. Kamal pointed this out to me earlier in the day. I liked it better when it was closer to the 200-day moving average. It has gone under 30, over 30, and rejected the 200-day moving average. On the plus side, on the negative side, I would say that it is having an issue getting above the negative third ATR channel, and it's down substantially on an up day. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is holding support at the -1 ATR channel, which I like. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly is holding the 50 RSI and a little lower than halfway at this big bar, but in the value zone. But from a risk to reward standpoint, I don't like it. I would think that if it continues to bounce, it will bounce to about there, which is halfway. So the risk, in my opinion, would be more than the reward. So I'm going to take that one off. Love. All right. Love has a higher low close back above the 200. Sometimes people say, what is that? Well, here this of course is a lower low and then we closed above the 200. Bad risk to reward ratio. Wouldn't chase that. Did come back, but now we have a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. And that does back test well. I had Kamal check that for me earlier. Thanks, Kamal. MACD is positive. So, fairly good. Fairly good there as well. Oh yeah. Let me highlight that one. All right. DAL, higher low V2 in the value zone. I don't want to buy both of these. I think I would rather pick Love just with the well-defined 250-day moving average, and Love has positive MACD where the other one didn't. Workday has a, well, let's see, we were below, we came in, false breakout to the downside and a V1, not a crossover. Oh yeah, crossover, 234, yep, and a crossover. I'm a little concerned about the 200-day moving average there. We do have MACD crossover here, under 50, over 50. I mean, it all looks good, has the back test and so forth. But this 200-day moving average concerns me a little bit. Who knows? Could be great. I mean, it is a false breakout to the downside. It is a V1. It is a 520 crossover. But for me, I'm not going to consider that one. BLNK, this is the one that Steve talked about. 520 crossover here. Rejection of the 50-day moving average. Kamal, who talked about this before, and I said that I don't really factor in RSIs and 50-day moving averages when it comes to crossovers, but I don't like it. I don't like that we rejected the 50, and I don't like that we rejected this previous high. We've sold off quite a bit from the high there. Of course, that gives a better risk to reward ratio, but yeah. Lift, also good. We talked about that. Double bottom, bullish divergence, close under, close over 200. I do actually like lift, so I'm going to put that one on as a potential. CCL having a big day, but the close under, close back over the 250 does not backtest well, so I'll let that one slide. Jets does not backtest well either. It does have a higher low close back above the 250, but listen, whether it's Jets or Love or UAL or Alaska Airlines, they're going to move together, right? So far I like Love the best. Win, big day on Win, under 30, over the 30, plus a V2. It seems chasey to me, everyone. It's up 8%. It seems chasey. So I think this, this could continue, but I think more likely maybe we get one more day continue, then we get a little pullback. I'd rather wait for a higher low V1. Love is the Lovesac company, rejection of the 200-day moving average and a V1. I don't know if this one under 30, over 30. No, it did not. I don't like the volume. MGM, big day up. I would not expect this to continue. I could be wrong, right? But I really just looking for a bit of a pullback, maybe a higher low V1, V2. So I like Netflix a lot. We have a 1050 EMA crossover. We have a fractal. We have increased volume. We went under 50, over 50. BKNG, decent, although there was some selling near the high. Love, pretty good. And Lift, let's take a look at the weekly on Lift. Yeah. I would say Netflix, BKNG, and Lyft are the best. So I'm going to put those up here. NF, LX. What was the other one? LYFT. And what was the other one? BKNG. All right, what do we have? About 10 minutes. Give me 1 sec. Let me clean up a couple things here. Oh, come on. Sorry, let me just do a little mathy. All right. Netflix, I think I like the best. Lyft may not make it with the close over the 200 and BKNG. Yeah, I'm just going to make this easy, everyone. I'm going with Netflix today, and that is it. Glenn, hey bud. Good to see you. Thank you, Glenn, for helping us with all these seasonal things. I really appreciate that. And I think that's a nice touch to the comments with your input on that. Netflix seasonally is strong December through April. August, November is a weak period. Well, that's not good for my Netflix position. But of course, I mean, that's good information to have. I wish it was seasonally strong as well, but I do like this trade here with the 1050 crossover, the intraday rejection of the 200, the trigger of the fractal. Kamal says CNC and TCCF are Michael Wilkinson setups. Oh, they are? Sorry, Kamal. Maybe I saw you comment on them. TTD inverse V1 double top. Oh. Yeah, false breakout to the upside. Not quite a V2 to the downside, though. We're looking for a V2 here, Johnson, not a V1. I think you wrote here inverse V1, but it's not. Here's the washout from the day before. This would have to close below this low, but it is a false breakout to the downside. Looks like it lost the 70 RSI, but it came from a higher high, so I get concerned about shorting things from a higher high because that first step usually gets bought. Glenn says market has closed around 44.22 3 times in the last 8 days. Breakout to new highs with move above 44.30. Bears need to close below 43.74. 50 point move coming soon. I believe you. Let's take a look. So what are we at? We're at 44.22. It's closed 3 times around here. You're right. It needs to break out to new highs, or Bears need to close below 43.72, which would be about right here at the low of this swing low. Then we'd have a lower high and a lower low. That would technically put us into a down trend. Okay, so 200, 524.64, sold 524.99. All right, good enough. 524.99 minus 524.64. Okay. Good. We have 5 minutes to go, everyone. 5 minutes to go. So make your decisions. Get ready. Easy one for me today, Netflix. SPY making a new high on the day. All right, I am buying SPY at the close as per normal, and I am buying Netflix. Netflix rocketing on up there. So it looks like some other people had the same idea. All right. 4 minutes to go. VIX making a low on the day. Airbnb making a high on the day. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and buy Netflix. Going to buy the SPY. And that's that. Done and done. All right, we close in 1 minute, everyone. 1 minute. All right. Fastly making a high on the day. SPY make a high on the day. VIX making a low on the day. That's it. We are done. We are done, everyone. So let's see where I bought my stuff, and then we'll get on to other stuff. So I bought SPY at 441.76. I bought Netflix full position at 524.94. All right, so here we go. SPY, overnight SPY trade at 441.76. And Netflix I bought at 524.94. Okay. Well, I'm very happy to say I did make a yearly high today again, so I'm very grateful for that. I hope some of you did as well. So listen, if you have any new entries, my students, if they have any new entries or exits for me today, please go ahead, put them in now into the live stream, and I'll get to them. Just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I teach a really good course. I believe I am good at teaching. I've had a lot of success with a lot of my students. I teach a 15-hour course, each 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours for a total of 15 hours. I teach you everything I know about trading. I teach you all 5 of the trading setups that I use. I teach you step by step. It's very important to me that my students succeed. It really, really is. I care about people. I want them to succeed in this business, and that is what my goal is with every new student. So the cost of the course is $1,750, but for all the one-on-one attention that you get and all the great information that you learn, I promise you it's worth every penny. So if you're interested, send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. I will reply. I'll say, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. I just want to learn more about you, your trading challenges, your trading goals, and then it's a great time for you to ask me questions about the course. And after you're done, think about it as long as you want. And one day, if you decide today's the day, I want to start doing these lessons with Greg, let me know, and I promise you, you will not regret it. Secondly, I have a really good online course available at udemy.com. I teach you step-by-step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. One of my favorite strategies. The cost is like $12 or $15 on Udemy. It's like the best deal in the world. Don't think it's worth 12 or 15 bucks, because it's worth a lot more. 9.5 hours of video, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. And best thing about that, you can watch it. If you have any questions, just pop on over here to the live stream and ask me the questions, and I will get them answered for you. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, if there was some value to you today, all I ask is that you hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So if you could do that before you check on out of here, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, let's see who did what. I know we had some doing whats. Okay, Steve is long blink. Let me get rid of this. Oh, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. One more time. All right. BLNK. Okay. Here we go. Blink. Steve bought Blink at 35.43. And he bought that with a 520 crossover. All right, good luck, Steve. Okay, is that all that you did, Steve? You bought Blink? That's it? Okay. David's in Netflix. Kamal's in Lemonade. LMND. LMND. Lemonade. 78.78. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Under, let's see, what did we get it at? Kamal, we got it at 78.78. All right, good risk to reward ratio, all that stuff. Come on. Okay. And love. LUV. Okay. No other changes for Kamal. Good risk to reward ratio over the 250. Does back test well. Okay. Frank says, NFL, love the fractal. Out of KMI. I love the fractal as well. I love the fractal as well. Or in other words, it broke out of the range with, with the fractal there. So we'll put Frank on there along with David and myself. George says, thanks. You are welcome, George. It's nice to have you here, sir. Lilia is in Netflix. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Lilia. Okay, done and done and done and done. Jonathan is also in Netflix. All right. Got you there, Jonathan. So what's happening after hours here? Netflix is up 31 cents. Qs are down 15 cents. SPY is down. All right. And then VIXY, yeah, that's up a little bit. All right. So listen, if you have any questions, let me know. I do have to get out here a little early today. I have an appointment I have to be to. So if you have any questions, think about them before we get to it. Let me read this as always. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. It's a good saying. I think we should implement it into our daily routine, make it a habit of just trying to do one nice random thing for another human being. And it would be even better if we could do one nice random act of kindness for an animal as well, right? There's animals, humans on this planet. Why not make as many animals and people as happy as possible? Maybe one day when you need it, it'll come back around to you. Someone will be there for you. But I like to do this. I really try to implement it in my daily life, whether it's just giving someone a smile, a wave, hold the door open, just generally being pleasant, I mean, that's something you don't get in this world every day, but let's go out and try to do that every day. Can we? Okay. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great day, traders. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate that. Michael says, thank you, Greg, for everything. You are welcome, buddy. Good to see you, Lova. Michael says, thank you, Kamal. Of course, it's your scanner that finds the stocks for us to analyze. 100%. Really. So thank you so much to Kamal for this just unbelievable scanner that he has. It's just fantastic. It's a game changer. Miko says, thanks, Greg. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. And I think that's it. So, all right. What's going on over here? I want to look at something. I want to look at NVIDIA. NVDA. And what's the price of NVIDIA? 206. All right. Ava had a nice little trade at 205.20. Way to go, Ava. All right. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. Cheers, Jonathan. Cheers, Miko. Cheers to everyone. Oh, did I not put Lilia in? No, I got Lilia in. Okay, we're good, Lil. We are good. All right, a lot of green. Lotto green. All right, I've got to head out to an appointment, so have a good rest of your day. Be good, be kind. If you could, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. For those of you who have, I really appreciate you doing that. It does make a difference, and it really does help out the channel. So enjoy the rest of your day. Congratulations on your green day today. Be good, be kind, drive safe, hands at 10 and 2, right? Like you were taught in high school. And tomorrow's Friday, so we'll be looking at some weekly trades as well. We'll be checking out my current weekly trades, which are doing really well. Happy to say that. And yeah, I think that's it. So thanks again, everyone. and we'll see you tomorrow. Anya says, thank you, Greg and everyone. Anya, I sent you an email. So if you could reply to that, let me know if you could. And I think that's it. All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.